Right now, say I want Josh Taylor and get the Josh Taylor fight because he's age wrong. That's it. So anybody on that pipeline right now, that's a big deal.
I talked his ass, but the same day that James Tony came in to sign the contract.
Wow.
So I'm talking to Boko on the phones like this. Look, I got Zab on one phone, I got James on one phone.
What is Crawford gonna do before? He's gonna beat Shawn. Everybody listen, he's gonna beat Shawn. He's gonna beat Shawn. He's gonna beat Shawn.
Mike Lewis is the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yo. Thank you for one. Yo. Welcome to Let's Talk Sports, y'all. What we got going on here? Let me get that off of here. Welcome to Let's Talk Sports, y'all. As we patiently, let me send these links out as I patiently await the arrival of our guest tonight, Mr. Showtime Shawn Porter. So we shall be with you very shortly. Be with you very briefly. You know. What up with y'all? Y'all having a beautiful night. She'll be arriving very soon. What up, y'all? Talk to me, man. What we're gonna do is we'll have a boxing conversation with welterweight champion Shawn Porter, welterweight division Iron Man. She'll be with you very shortly. In the meantime, between time, we're gonna set some things up, man. How y'all during the night? You know, and look like we got a lot of boxing news that's going on around, you know, with the Ryan and Tank noise that's going on, and AB had to get a replacement, Ivan Redcat. So not for Ivan Redcat, end up getting replaced with Hank London, Hammer Hank London out of Philadelphia. So we're just waiting to see what's going on now. Let me get to my inbox. Ooh. Let me see. We're going to get this done momentarily. We're going to get this done. In the meantime, between time, let me send this. What up, bro? What up, my guy? Appreciate you, bro. Waiting on you know how I go, man. In this boxing world, sometimes you get delays and things like that. So we just waiting for. I'm waiting for the. Checking to see if everything okay with the link. You should be joining in momentarily, man. But what's up with you, man? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. It's only 8:05. We're gonna cook up regardless. But yeah, she'll be joining in momentarily, man. Get them in here so we can chop it up, man. Talk some good stuff. Let's get it, bro. What's up, baby? Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate my boys. Appreciate my boys, man. Why you right there though, man? Yeah, Joel, man. We took a loss. We took a loss in the DMV hip hop community, man. You know, the brother Black Indian, R.I.P. Black Indian, man. He was one of the pillars. He was one of the pillars in the DMV hip hop movement, man. So salute to the guy, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, my guys? You know what I mean? Y'all know how this go, man. You know what I'm saying? I got the confirmation. They just hit me. So I mean, I'm just waiting patiently. You know what I mean? So we can get this thing going, man. But appreciate my soldiers coming through. Definitely, bro. Definitely. I could not let this day go by and not mention that, though. You know what I mean? So RIP to the brother B.I., Black Indian, Infamous Luke. My prayers is with all the brothers that was a part of that group. You know, my man Los, Hetty, and all the rest of Harvey and the rest of you guys. You know what I'm saying? What up? But why y'all in here, man? I mean, if y'all got any questions, anything y'all got, man, pop them off right now while we waiting on Shawn. What's good? Talk to me, bros. You know what I mean? I know you got questions, Chuck. Hit me up. Let it rip. You know what I mean? Boxing the DC, what up? Boxing community, what up? That's the thing about all these boxing joints, man. You know, last night, last night Marco had Teofimo on his show. So, you know, how it goes, man. I just hope he don't take too long. But we go as long as we need. We're going to cook up for a minute. What we're going to do, I'm going to cook up with him for a few minutes. Then I'm going to bring a few of my compadres up. We can do a little panel with them. And we're going to do it that way. So that's what y'all going to see. Yeah. 8 o'clock is good. It's 8:08. You know what I mean? Might got to drop a call. Nah, man. You always got something. What up, Wab? You know what I'm saying? I got my boys in the building, man. What up with y'all? You know what I mean? I'm out to get this. I'm out to get the whole theatrics set up. You know what I mean? How that thing? Hold on. Why my YouTube ain't on? It better be on. Yeah, we in there. We in there. YouTube got me frozen. You ain't seen what now? What you talking about? Who's scared of Bud? I mean, Shawn already fought him. So you can't say Shawn scared of him. Shawn fought him already. You know what I mean? Shawn already fought him. Spell check, homie. I'm about to make a call. Man. Well, we're gonna give him his flowers when he get on here, man, because he did fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was saying I don't see why not when you said you might as well get the theatrics going. Yeah. Yeah. Got you. You know what? I gotta get Miss Neil on the job. Spell check wouldn't let me be great. Glad to. Let me get this thing together, man. Let me get this thing together, man. Try and get it for you, man. I'm trying to get them for you, man. They the ones hit me up. You know what I mean? They said 8 o'clock. They hit me. Say 8 o'clock. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. What the world just happened? He just responded, download Chrome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Big
Uh-oh.
dog.
How y'all doing? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the guest of honor is here. The welterweight Iron Man himself, host of the Porter Way podcast, who's checking his hair. My brother, Showtime Shawn Porter. How you doing today, sir?
Man, this is how I woke up, man. I've been busy, and I have to apologize to you. I did not realize you were doing a live show, which means you wanted me yesterday, and I think the day before that on Monday. You probably been telling your people I was gonna be on here, man. I apologize for that.
Who's gonna keep that between us?
No. We can't keep that between us. They already know what it is. They're like, oh, he done finally made it. You know what I mean? So I apologize, big dog.
All right, man. So before we even get started, is there anything you just want to put out there? Anything you want to let us know? Anything you just want to shout? Anything?
Oh man, I'm working hard, man. I do the best I can to just let God move, and then once I know I'm in a position where I can get everybody excited, that's when I like to get everybody excited. I normally don't even do this on my own podcast, but I did announce last week or this week that we're going to have Andre Ward on next week's show. And normally I don't make those kind of announcements. We've been going back and forth for the last 2 days, and then today He said, man, Sundays is hard for me. Sundays is the day we record. So I'm like, and you've been knowing for a minute now that we record on Sundays, but nevertheless, whatever day you want to make it work, you are Andre Ward. We will make it work. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the biggest thing I'm working on right now on the day to day is just trying to solidify good guests for the podcast and take the podcast to another level.
Wow. So even I guess so. I mean, man, I didn't know y'all had to go through that, man. I figure everybody want to be on the Porter Way podcast.
It's funny because I think that that's what everybody looks at. The fact that I'm Showtime Shawn Porter, everybody expects me to have any guests whenever I want them. But I try my best to be professional and go through the same channels that anyone else goes through. There's a lot of fighters out there. I have their personal numbers, but I also have their media relations people. And so I try to go through the right channels. I try not to step on anybody's toes. I try not to make anybody feel like they're not necessary and things like that. So I go through the same hurdles y'all go through.
My God. All right,
That's where I
so
come from though. You know what I mean? Like nothing's ever been easy. So I just even with Ward, like it was a point in time I was like, yo, should I go through the channels for you? He said, no, we good. We'll just make it work. You know what I mean? So here's what it is.
all right, so let's go back for a minute. Let's go back a little bit. When did you first realize that boxing was going to be your thing? Like, was it something that happened in school? Somebody tried to pick on you, had to beat somebody up, or you just was naturally already in the boxing?
I practically have never been in a street fight. I've been in some small altercations, nothing major. Just a blessing of God, man. I've never had an X on my back, and I've always been. I told my wife this just a couple days ago. I've always been a peacemaker. You know what I mean? So I've never had anybody come at me on some nonsense. People really never even knew I fought until I was in high school, and even then, nobody ever really came after me. For me, I always thought that I was gonna play football, and then in the off season I was gonna box. You know, those are the childhood dreams. You know, but probably in high school, my senior year of high school, I probably had not even. I'm not even gonna say probably. I didn't fully give up on my aspirations to be in NFL until my senior year in high school, and then I didn't give up on my aspirations to be a collegiate athlete until after my senior year of football. Then that's when things kind of really became realistic for me, and it was like, well, the NFL is definitely out, and the way you play hard on these teams that aren't worth anything is you probably your best, taking your chances and being a professional boxer. So that's when I just really truly decided to take the steps in terms of being a professional fighter.
Wow. And what was it like, working with your father throughout your whole career?
Man, it was clockwork. You know what I mean? The same way people get up and get ready for work. They go to work, they have their lunch, they come home from work, deal with the kids, all that kind of stuff, rinse and repeat operation. The same thing for me and my dad, man. The funny thing is my dad, to my recollection, has never changed throughout the entirety of my life. And this is what I mean by that. My son is 4 years old and my son is 2 years old. I may talk to the 2 year old sometimes as if he's four, but I do the best I can to talk to the 4 year old like he's like a 4 year old or he's 5 year old or 6 year old. I don't try to talk to my son like he's a teenager or like he's an adult. So my dad definitely grew me up quick. He's always trained me and treated me like I was much older than I was. And I think it was just the expectation that he had of himself as a father. And I think that it just kind of trickled down in terms of how he treated me as a son. It was like that expectation for you is just as high.
Okay. So the question. So let's go through the amateurs and the Olympics for a minute, because you actually fought one of the best fighters in the world in the Olympics, in Alexander Usyk.
I fought Alexander Usyk in 2007. We were both 165 pounds then. That was the year of the trials. I actually took third in the trials. Daniel Jacobs had the number 2 spot. He lost to Sean Estrada, and because he took the number 2 spot, he decided to go on and turn pro. He had a lot of big things waiting on him as a professional boxer really early on. Daniel Jacobs up in New York. And so when he moved on to the pro ranks, that pushed me down to the number 2 spot. And while I was waiting for a big contract in the pros, and also still, of course, waiting to see what would happen in terms of my position as an alternate, being able to compete at the Olympic Games, they had a USA versus Ukraine duel, and that was in Chicago. That was 2007, and I fought tall, lanky Alexander Usyk in '07. Not this strong, big heavyweight that he is now. And it was a really good boxing match. Yeah, I do remember that. Really good boxing match.
Now, of those times, like I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you have look. It seems like you shared the ring with just about everybody.
Everybody, which is crazy, but everybody. Alexander Usyk, Daniel Jacobs, Edwin Rodriguez, who fought uh, Andre
War.
Ward some years ago. Sean Estrada, of course. I'm actually 2-0 against Sean Estrada. What back in the day, we fought twice. I'm 2-0 against him, and then in the trials, I'm 0-2 against Daniel Jacobs in the trials, but Jacobs is 0-2 against Estrada in the trials. You know what I mean? So it was just one of them crazy things. I also fought Boo Boo Andre. We fought once when we were 16, and then again when we were 18. So I done fought, you name them, I fought them.
Yeah, I mean, probably for a couple of referees and commentators, huh?
I tried my best not to.
No, I'm talking about. I mean, because like I look at you as the Iron Man of the welterweight division. You are what we call. You are what we call the throwback. That when they say somebody can say I fought everybody, you can literally say you fought
Yeah,
everybody, and
yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's a shame that the business doesn't move the way that it used to, where promoters saw how much money was made on one fight and they said, shoot, let's double back on this one and we'll make double, triple what we made on this one. All we have to do is promote a little bit more. But this first fight did everything that needs to be done to promote the second fight. You know what I mean? So my boy Anthony on the podcast, he said numerous times now, there should have been 2 fights at least with me and Keith Thurman. There should have been 2 fights at least with me and Errol Spence Jr. There should have been 2 fights at least with me and Danny Garcia. You know, so back in the day, guys was getting it on 2 and 3 times. It wasn't that they didn't care about winning and losing. It was just that they cared more about how much money they made and the moment, the opportunity that they had to show everybody that I'm better than that guy. You know, now everybody leaves it up to the statistics, or everybody leaves it up to who's the pay-per-view draw, and everybody leaves it up to, you know, who has the better record, and the list goes on, you know. So kind of is what it is. But all that being said, man, I'm grateful that I got into the positions that I was in, and I got it on, man. I allowed everybody had the opportunity to see me at my best.
Okay. Um, what fighters influenced you? Like as you grew up, was there anybody you studied or fighters you like to watch, you know, on a regular that kind of, you know, help you shape you to who you are?
I started boxing as an amateur when I was 8 years old. I was already training when I was 4 or 5 years old. And so when I came into the amateur ring and into the amateur game, there were guys all around Cleveland that had already been to silver gloves tournaments and national tournaments and all that kind of stuff. And so when me and my brother, when we jumped into the amateur game, it was like it was like it was like jumping into the race. It was like Kenny and I both immediately were keeping up with everybody that had already been at these different points in the amateur system. And me and Kenny, we jumped right in and we were right there in it. And all the amateurs at that point in time, I was looking up to all those amateurs, trying to be just like those amateurs, specifically the '14 and the 2000 team. Slick Ricardo Williams from Cincinnati. What's his name? Juarez. I think it's Ricardo Juarez. Um, uh, all those guys, and then you move into Lamont and Anthony Peterson. You move into Andre Darrell, Anthony Darrell. You move into Andre Bertle, Andre Ward, and the list goes on, man. I looked up to all those guys because we felt like we were filling those shoes. And so what I was looking at, I didn't even think the '08 team, I didn't think we were as good as what I was seeing in '04, or 2000. But a lot of what the '08 team did, a lot of us who turned pro, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Daniel Jacobs, um, Gary Russell, Deontay Wilder. I mean, the list goes on. I think a lot of us in the '08 team did more than what the '04 team did. And I think most of us did more than what the 2000 team did as well. So, and of course, you're looking up to all the pros: Manny Pacquiao, Shane Mosley. My favorite fighter of all time, Marvin Hagler. You can't not look up to him. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, I thought you was about to say your favorite fight was Marvin Hagler and.
oh man, Tommy Hearns. I'll never forget it.
That's a good one.
Wasn't even there for that. Wasn't even alive for that.
That's a good one.
But,
That's one that we would never forget. But the one fight that ended up being, we're gonna get to this, but see, we wanted Earl and Terrence to be what Sugar Ray and Marvin Hagler was, because even though Hagler and Sugar Ray, neither one of them had been in the ring in almost 2 years. But when that fight got announced, it shut down everything. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have no internet or nothing like that. But like you could go to 7-Eleven and see Marvin Hagler versus Sugar Ray Leonard on big gulp cups, on Wheatie boxes. Yeah. So we wanted that. We wanted that to be the same thing. We're gonna get to that. That's on ice.
Here's the interesting thing. The interesting thing is the fight fans. Boxing in itself is what I call a hand-me-down sport, which means the dad is handing it down to the son, the grandfather is handing it down to the son, which is handing it down to the son. The list goes on. Usually, what you see in the sport of boxing there's a lot of sons who are either taken to the gym by the fathers, family members who are taken to the gym by the uncle or by the cousin, and they're trained by someone else. Or you see where the father is training the son, or the grandfather is training the son, or the list goes on. So the same thing from the fan base. This is not a fan base that has grown and grown and grown. This is basically, I had a family, I was watching boxing, and now my family has grown up and they're watching boxing. So what boxing has not had the luxury of doing, boxing has not had the luxury of growing its fan base over the years, the way that football did, the way that basketball did, the way that all these other sports have done. So when you look at back in the day, you're saying, wow, man, I remember where I could go to 7-Eleven and I see these magazines that have Marvin Hagler on the cover, and have Ray Leonard on the cover. Now when you go to the stores, you see nothing but football players, you see nothing but basketball players. That's because the world, or the media world, knows that people are going to go to the store and they're going to pick up and buy this basketball magazine. They're going to pick up and buy this football. People aren't looking for boxing because boxing does not have a broad fan base the way that football, the way that basketball does. Boxing has a very small, tight-knit family fan base. And so what we have to do now is we have to figure out ways to tap the people that think that this is a dangerous sport. This sport now is being proven to be no more dangerous than football. But people, when they see fists being thrown, they connect that with violence. They connect that with my son, my daughter, my nephew, my whomever can't be a part of that. And so what we have to do, which we haven't done, is you got to tap into these boys and girls clubs. You got to tap into these elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, colleges, and let them know that this sport is no more dangerous than any of the other sports. And guess what? This sport can take you a lot further, because this ain't no lottery ticket type of situation. This is, if you dedicate yourself, if you work hard, you're going to get somewhere because of this sport. You're going to get around the world, you're going to get into college, and you're going to get ahead in life because of this sport. A lot of other sports are a coin flip. And if the coin don't flip your way, they moving on to the next recruit. Simple as that. So we just have to broaden the fan base. You know what I mean?
That was a lot. Now I'm gonna say this though.
But to my point, I've been working on some stuff.
I got you. I got you. I'm
Yeah,
looking up. We look forward to seeing everything. And those that's watching
yes,
us,
sir.
please support the Porter Way podcast. It's definitely a
Please,
must see. But I'm
yes,
gonna
sir.
say this. What you just said though, wait. I mean, now nowadays this I never had this now. I'm a little seasoned, you know. But I never recall. I seen boxing at 5 o'clock in the morning. I seen boxing in the middle of the noon. I seen
Yeah,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in one day. I mean, so it's a lot of boxing going on, but why is it? Like you just said, it is kind of weird that it ain't blue like football and soccer, not even soccer.
I'm 35 years old, man. I think that I kind of, for the second word, saw it all. I started on ESPN, on the lower level of ESPN. I graduated to fighting for a NABO title on ESPN. I graduated from that to Showbox. I went from Showbox to Showtime Championship Boxing, just to go all the way back to do Fox network televised boxing. And so I've been able to be involved with these different networks. I've been able to see how these different networks move, what they want to see, how they expect things to go, so on and so forth. And I'm not taking any jabs at anybody, but I think that if boxing went back to the old school way of promoting, it might actually benefit us. I think that boxing is really old school in a lot of respects, and it has to mature very quickly in a lot of respects. The way that these other sports have, it hasn't. I think boxing is very behind the times, very much behind the times in respect to other sports. But I think the one thing that could work for boxing is being able to promote the way the old school promoters used to promote, specifically Don King, because Don used to go to each city that this fight was being held in, and for 30 days straight, my man was all over the city, making sure that everybody in that city, everybody in the surrounding areas knew what's going to happen on Saturday night in whatever city he was doing that in. We don't do it like that no more. I think that it takes money to do that, and I think that boxing is not spending the money that it used to spend.
All right, we here now. Since we talking about promoters and promotion and stuff like that, you were part of PBC. What made you sign the PBC, and what made you stay throughout the major parts of your career?
Yeah, Mr. Heyman. We had already, we being my dad and I, we had already seen the groundwork being laid from some of the other fighters that we had been involved with as amateurs that went on to sign with Mr. Heyman, Heyman Boxing. And then so we had been with Mr. Heyman since 2010. I don't think PBC officially kicked off to 2015. And then of course, we went on to do things with PBC, but we always felt like Mr. Heyman knew what he was doing, and he was always really good at being upfront about what was realistic, what we could go for, what we couldn't do, what we could do. And that's how it got me to 2021 when I retired.
Okay, because we it's so much that gets said, and I think one part about I miss about boxing talks is because see, I remember you could go to any barbershop and we go through all the X's and O's, but now you got to know about promotions, the promoter, how much
Yeah,
money they make, who got the live gate. I'm not a fan of that, but it's like that's what boxing has become now. It's more
yeah,
love and hip hop.
yeah. I mean, it's funny because when I go to the barbershops, what I try to do when we go for a week of lives, I try to arrange to be at a barbershop and just to do like you just said, that barbershop talk, hear what everybody's talking about and all that good stuff. What? He don't love me like that. It just looked like it. Get out of here. I'm busy. I'm working. See you in a second, okay? Um, it's funny because when I go, I just go for the regular old barbershop talk and to hear the way that these guys don't know what's going on. They just know this fight is good and that fight is good. Why isn't that fight happening? And so you're in the barbershop trying to explain it to everybody. Now everybody's like, that don't make sense. I think boxing is definitely in a place right now where although it tries to make us understand that it's making sense, it really ain't the like you said, the X's and O's. That shit make way more sense the way it used to be, but now it's a little bit of a mess.
All right, so you pretty much fought the whole entire welterweight division. One man got away. But I think you sparred him, right? That was Manny, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean,
I did not spar with Floyd, so I guess respectively, you could say two guys got away. But I
but
mean,
y'all
when
was
you go that far, yeah,
you was on the back end of Floyd though. Floyd was on his way though. Floyd was on his
yeah.
way out.
That was Manny. Manny just
Manny stuck around.
Manny stuck around. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Manny stuck around. Listen, Floyd saw the new wave of youngsters going in and was like, you know what?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna go about my business. I ain't
yeah,
mad at
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't
I
mad
ain't
at
mad
him.
at him either. I ain't mad
But
at him
out
either.
of out of all of these guys that you fought, which one was the most difficult fight?
I've had two really difficult fights. Well, I've had quite a few really difficult fights, but the most difficult, the fight with Errol Spence Jr. was difficult. It was super, super competitive. It was just the same way everybody's like, I don't know who won that round. I don't know who won that round. In the ring, that's what it felt like. I mean, it was really that back and forth, but it was the like for me, that fight was the pure art of boxing. To me, that fight is the closest I've gotten to the art of boxing. The fight with Terrence Crawford was difficult in other respects. Terrence it was hard to get him to move the way I wanted him to move. It was hard to get him to move to the beat of my drum. And you can see there were moments in the fight with Errol where Errol's clearly fighting the way I needed him to fight. I don't think he was necessarily fighting the way he wanted to fight, but he was definitely fighting the way he had to fight, and it was because I was forcing him to. Terrence never allowed me to disrupt what he had going on, what he wanted to do. I mean, the Keith Thurman fight, that fight was definitely uh art in this respect. And I know that fight with Danny, I think that collectively that fight there was some art in that one too. But I definitely really respect the fight that I had with Errol Spence Jr. and the fight that I had with Terrence Crawford.
All right, so here comes the difficult question.
Who wins between them two? Okay.
We're going
All
back
right,
to the
here,
Terrence Crawford fight.
let me slow down. Okay.
We're going to round 10.
Okay.
Could Shawn Porter continue that fight?
Interesting question, man. Interesting question. It's been a little bit more than a year. I would say probably right under a year was when I finally looked at it and just kind of gave the complete answer to that question. If my dad had let the fight continue and I had gone to the corner and he had done with me what he's done with me since I was a kid and just gave me specific instruction and told me what I needed to do, I do believe that I could have gone back out there and continued that fight. I think that my dad could see that I mentally and emotionally was in a place that I had never been in the ring. And I think my dad he's seen Terrence Crawford finish guys so much. I think that he just was worried that Terrence was gonna do me like he had done a lot of other guys. But I do, man. I look at it, I say, you know what? I think my dad dropped the ball right there. I think my dad could have done something, could have said something in the corner that could have got me where I needed to be mentally and emotionally to get back on track to, finish the fight. I know at that point I've been knocked down twice. No telling what the scores were at that point, but at the end of the day, everybody wants to see the strong finish. And I think that that's what leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth about that fight.
Yeah, I think you could have continued. I'm just gonna leave it there. I think you could have continued. It looked like you could continue. It looked like you was it. Okay, I'm just gonna describe it from strictly from an X's and O's perspective. It looked like the first knockdown caught you off guard, and you was kind of like trying to do something and instantly get back to him.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. And then when the
Yeah.
second one happened, you look more frustrated and hurt to me.
The first one it was like there was like this state of confusion that I had, like I was like, damn, like I went down. That was pretty much the first time I've been down like that as a fighter. And so getting up, it was kind of like I kind of was in the daze of the moment, like, still really reflecting on that moment. And then the next thing you know, I go down again. And after I go down the second time, it was like I was receiving all of the answers I was looking for from the first knockdown. And then this happens, and it was just full out frustration and a lot of anger at that point. Yeah, that's for sure.
But like I said, all in all, still great fight. A lot of people thought you was it was very close at that moment. But like I
Yeah,
said, man,
yeah,
like I
yeah,
said, but at the end of the day, you still fought everybody. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I
yeah,
mean the
yeah.
collection of guys. Kel Brook, Adrian Broner, Paulie, Earl, Terrence.
Man, I forgot
Oh,
about some of them guys.
you know what I mean? We got a question from the
Yeah,
audience. He said, "Who do you think is the best between Stevenson, Tank, or Haney?"
that's so damn hard. That's got to be one of the hardest questions in boxing. And all of them for like their own respective reasons. I think that out of that list right there, Tank Davis is the most dangerous because he can box, but he can also bang and punch. He's got crazy power. We've seen it time and time again. But can you touch a Shakur Stevenson, a master at range and distance, a master with his reflexes and defense? Crazy. But can that defense fend off somebody so long and so fast and so sharp from the outside in Devin Haney? You know what I mean? So I think all three of them guys, man, it's really, really hard to say who's the best. Some questions just need to be answered by seeing two guys get in the ring. And that's why people love this sport. People love this sport because whatever questions you ask, it ain't like basketball where you depending on five different guys to hit one shot at the end of the game, or you depending on two guys to get the ball to one guy to hit that last shot, or you depending on somebody at the free throw. You know what I mean? This is not football where you can throw a Hail Mary. It's going to one person, goes through three hands, and then somebody else catches it. You know what I mean? That's why everybody loves boxing. It's mano y mano, and any questions you have, they get answered right there on the spot.
Okay, I got a expiring fighter. He had his pro debut by the name of Maniac McGee. He got a
Man,
question for you as well. Come on,
yeah,
Maniac.
you gotta mute it. He's muted.
He got to unmute himself.
Unmute yourself, maniac. Don't be
Come on,
crazy.
Maniac. He
You
might
messing
not
up
be.
good TV, man.
All right, I'm gonna drop him back down. You get 2 seconds, bro.
One. Come on now. Two. Maniac.
All right,
Maniac.
we'll see what's going on. I tried it, bro. I
That dude
tried it,
crazy.
man. Hey, y'all in the, oh, here you go. He back. He back.
All right, let's see it now. Oh,
Okay.
you muted yourself. There you go.
Showtime!
What up with it?
All right, first of all, shout out to Let's Talk Sports, y'all. Second of all, hey man, it's an honor, bro. I appreciate
Thank you.
you showing my brother this love. I
Oh yeah.
appreciate you blessing us with this time.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
we fans of you, man. I don't know if he told you about our clubhouse boxing rooms.
Mm-mm.
We talk about you all the time.
Okay.
First of all,
Okay.
let me tell you something. When we talk about old school fighters fighting everybody versus present times, you're the only person that come to our mind, to be honest.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
You literally fought everybody in the
Yeah.
welterweight division.
My dad had an old school mindset. You know what I mean? So it was like, and
Well, if
he
you
and
don't
he
answer,
raised and he raised me with that old school mindset too. You know what I mean? So we had our own recipe. Not everybody can do it how my dad and I did it, but we had a great recipe.
Okay.
ask your
So,
question.
okay, my question is, right?
Right.
When it comes to father and son relationships in boxing, if anybody reminds you of you and your dad's relationship, who would it be in today's boxing time?
Like you mean pros, right?
Of course, pros,
Mm,
amateurs, it's up to you.
I don't really know. The first one that really comes to mind is the Russell family, and I know it's more of them. It was just myself and my dad. It was also my brother at one point in time, and of course my dad is training other kids who he, tried to adopt, in many ways. But it's very hard to, and I'll try to be quick with this answer, but it's very hard to see a father and a son rise to the top together. And it's for a lot of different reasons. But I personally think that the main reason that it's hard for a father and a son to go to the top together is because there's a maturation process that happens. And a lot of times, just my own hypothesis or whatever, it just seems to me that through that maturation process, the father tries to fight against nature. And knowing that the son is becoming older, becoming a man of his own, you're still not a man in my mind. You're not a man in my eyes. I will always see you as the child. And so the son, a lot of times, may be treated like a child. The son matures and says, "Hey, this is me. This is who I wanted to be treated as." And you'll get the father saying, like, "Wait a minute, we can't change nothing. This is what we did to get here. Let's keep it going like that." The father doesn't understand that maturation process that kicks in. It's just nature. You can't fight against it. Now the son wants to be spoken to a certain way, treated a certain way, respected a certain way that the father never really understood how to demonstrate. He demonstrated to friends, he demonstrated to other fighters, but now this is my son who I just cannot see as a grown man. My little boy is about to be 5 next week, and it's just hard for me to understand how he got the 5 so quick. So I think that the Russells, they handled it at fantastic form. They're all allowed to be themselves, and the father was just not overbearing. The father wasn't too careful, and the list goes on. And now that the father's gone, they're all treating each other the same way that dad left, that blueprint that dad left. They're all following it the same way. With me and my dad, I just had nothing but the utmost respect for my dad, no matter what was going on and no matter what we went through. And that's hard. That's a hard ask of a lot of young men out there.
Okay. And if I'm able to ask one more question, AK,
I'm
that's
good. It's up to AK.
Yes.
okay. Okay.
He said, "Be
Question.
quick."
For up and coming boxers, pro or amateur, what's the most important thing that you wish you would have known when you was up and
Ooh,
coming that you would give to them?
bruh, I went through it all, man. I had it all. I'm doing like I really did. I had it all. My dad didn't. He refused to let me not train. So you always hear stay ready because you never know when that call gonna come. I probably say if anything, just be very mindful and have legal counsel. Have legal representation upon turning pro and throughout your professional career. It costs, but it's better to be safe than be sorry. And usually, fighters that don't have legal counsel, people that can give them advice legally, those are the guys that end up with their pockets out at the end of their career, mad at the sport and mad at everybody involved with the sport because they weren't managed or legally guided the right way. Yep. Got it. He said, "I appreciate it."
Thank you.
I
I
read the.
appreciate it, bro.
Yes,
Thank
sir. I got you. Yes, sir.
All right, bro. I tap back in with you a little bit. Appreciate you for stopping through, my guy. You know what I
I got
mean?
it. I got a good 7 more minutes with you.
Okay. Here's another
Okay.
question.
Thank you.
Do you think Floyd messed up boxing with him not losing and promoters not wanting their fighters to fight because of a loss because it messes up the money?
Absolutely not. I think that is a facade. I think that Floyd did it the way that he did it. And I think that there are a lot of fighters that want to follow that Floyd model. Number one, they don't understand that there's only one Floyd commanding that kind of money. No matter what your record look like, you're not going to command that money unless you're doing some things that the way that Floyd did it in terms of the audience that you can pull. I think these promoters need to be upfront with these fighters and say, "Hey, don't protect this. Oh, you still gonna get paid X amount of money. Don't protect this. Oh, you still gonna get X amount of fights and so on and so forth." A lot of guys are protecting their O's. I don't think it's because of Floyd though. Ooh. What? Why you do that? I want you to answer first. You got to answer first.
Why I gotta answer first?
No. I'm telling you, you have to answer first. You said, why do I got to answer first? Yeah, answer first.
Well, I have a personal relationship with the Russell brothers, so
I ain't mad at you.
my pick will be biased regardless. It would be
Yeah,
100% biased.
you can't look at it without being biased. I know Gary since we was teenagers. So here's my thing. My thing is, how healthy are you? Because you got to be 100% getting in the ring with Tank. So number one, don't take that fight if you're not 100%. Number two, guess what? Russell is fast enough, sharp enough, and strong enough to fight Tank. I think that Tank has just been so much more consistently dominant that it's hard for a lot of people to look at that fight and see Gary Russell winning that fight. But you got Gary Russell in a lot of ways against Gary Russell. It ain't much different that them two dudes do in the ring. What more different do they do? If anything, Gary is more patient than Tank, but they both southpaws. They both got crazy left right hooks, and they both got crazy power in the left hand. So
Okay.
and if Gary do it right, he's coming up in weight, which means he should be putting on muscle, putting on power. It won't slow him down because he's crazy fast. So even you crazy fast. So even if you put on some muscle and some weight and it slows you down a little bit, now you just what? Unbelievably fast. You went from being crazy fast to unbelievably fast. He's not gonna lose that much. And I think that's a fantastic fight. I love to see Gary go to 35 and get that.
All right, I appreciate that. Actually,
That's how you be biased without being so biased that everybody realizes that you're being biased.
I listen. It is a Russell that I want to fight. Tank, but it's Antoine. That's the fight
Antoine.
I want.
Okay.
Now that we here now, since I only got you for a couple more minutes, man.
Right,
Do we see the fight that everybody been clamoring for this year?
Everybody's going to be mad that this fight is not happening at 147 for undisputed. I understand from a historical standpoint how important undisputed is, but me being an athlete, me being a professional fighter, I'm going to tell you and everyone that's listening that this fight is better at 154 with zero belts on the line because you got two guys who are at their top, are at everything is optimum with these guys at 154. At 147, both of these guys are in a sauna 2 weeks out from the fight. Both these guys are in a sauna night before the fight, the entire week of the fight. Both of these guys are in sauna. They're limited on nutrition. They're limited on water intake. Everything is limited. At least at 54, they're still going to be limited, but not at the capacity that they will be at 147, which means we're getting much healthier, stronger, nutritionally better, stronger fighters at 154 with no belts on the line. And guess what? Just because there's no belts on the line, don't mean that neither one of these guys is going to back down and fight any less just because there's no belts in the ring. Both these guys are still going to pour it on and do everything they would do if there was 5, 7, 10 belts on the line. They would do all that and more with zero belts on the line because there's just so much more at stake. This is the part that nobody knows. With all those belts on the line, guess what? They're paying for all those belts. Would y'all rather have those fighters fight at 154 for no belts, go home with all of the money that they could go home with, or fight at 147, sweat themselves down, struggle to make weight, struggle for 20, 30 minutes at a weigh-in, and come back to the ring rehydrated, but not to full capacity? I ate the night before and I've been eating all day, but all that nutrition don't get into their body in 24 hours. And on top of that, they're going to have to pay some money just to get in and out of that ring with all them belts.
There y'all have it. Shawn Porter
don't-
just sold the fight to us at 154. You just sold it to us. We buying it. Say less. Real quick, rapid fire. Who wins, Usyk or Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury.
I like Usyk.
You like Usyk? That's a
Yes.
hard one to pick. You think? What do you think? Tyson can't keep Usyk off of him?
No, I've never seen him really have to fight a fighter that moves.
Yeah, yeah, but he can move himself.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
would he get tired from moving?
hmm.
See, most of the guys stood right in front of him. Dylan White stood right in front of him. Deontay stood right in front of him. I haven't seen him move. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him have to move. You know what I mean?
It's a hell of a way to look at that. I think the work rate is in Usyk's favor.
Mhm.
That's point blank. He's a southpaw, shorter, which means the punches are coming at a different angle. But Tyson Fury been doing this forever, man. He there's nothing he would see against Usyk that he hasn't seen before. The only thing is being able to keep it up and maintain for 12 consecutive rounds. That's a
Yeah.
12-round fight.
Yeah.
12-round fight.
He's been able to outbox everybody he's fought, but this time, is he the best boxer in the ring?
Right. I felt like the fight with Joshua was round by round. A punch landed here, punch landed there. I don't remember in the second fight how I had the scores, but I do know that I had the first fight with Usyk and Joshua lopsided in Usyk's favor. I think I had the second fight a little closer, but as we can see, Joshua just couldn't keep it up. And so I'm kind of wondering the same thing. Is this a round by round situation where it's by like, hey, that guy landed 2 cleaner punches and that guy landed 1 clean punch. We got to give it to that guy. You know what I mean? So is it a tit for tat situation, or is it Usyk just, being overbearing with his work rate?
Bearby Bivol.
I'm going with Bivol. I feel like Bivol has shown us a little more than Beterbiev. But I've heard from everybody. I'm talking about coaches, fighters, sparring partners. Everybody said that the way Beterbiev punches is unnatural. That could be the X factor.
Okay. Caleb Plant, Benavidez.
Man.
I'm going with Caleb Plant. Go ahead.
I'm going Caleb Plant. I think that Caleb Plant can outbox Benavidez. I feel like Plant can keep Benavidez off of him, do what he needs to do. We've seen the power. I already knew that the power was there. We've seen it in the last fight. What David has to open up in order to get to Caleb. And if he's lazy, if he's irresponsible, if he like, yo, you can't punch, I'm going to walk through this, like he tries to walk through everybody, I'm going Caleb Plant.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
I know you got to go, man. I thank you so much for coming through Let's Talk Sports, y'all. Can I get a shout out to the Porter Way podcast? Hope to see you on SOG4. And can we get a shout out to Let's Talk Sports, y'all?
Let's Talk Sports, y'all. I'll be back.
Shout out, my brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Don't talk about me when I leave.
We're going to. All right, my brother. There y'all have it, my bros. My bros. Family, boxing to DC, what up? DMV, what up, man? What y'all think, man? Talk to me. What y'all think? We got it in there. I wanted to ask him about the Cincinnati Bengals. Hold on, I'm gonna send it. I wanted to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, man. You know what I mean? Because he from the Natty. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, man, we got some pretty good stuff, man. Appreciate champion. Yeah. Let me see. Chaka. So now we waiting on my guy. We waiting. Let me just let y'all know by the way of announcements. I got I got Boots in the pipeline. Also got you know, the whole Russell clan coming back through. All of them. I got the whole Russell family coming back through. We in contacts with Dirk James, with Earl, and hopefully from that we may be able to get Earl. But you know, we work. You know, we working, bro. We working. I mean, you know, we working. We trying to get more, you know, content, more whatever. But everybody that tapped in tonight, I need everybody to do me a favor. You, yourself, your partners, whoever you can. I need y'all to go to that YouTube page, like and subscribe to the channel. We promise to give you better content this year. Promise to give you stronger content, more interviews, more in depth, more live at the fights, more everything. But we need the likes, we need the subscriptions, baby, in order to keep the lights on, baby. We need that. You know what I mean? Any other questions y'all got tonight? You know, what is going on? Don't you mess this up. All right. You know what I mean? Any other questions? Chuck, I'm sending you the link now, my brother. I'm sorry. There. But yeah. You know what I mean? I was gonna do another segment tonight, NFL talks. If y'all up for a sec, put it in the conversation. We'll do another live in a few minutes on the NFL, all the NFL news, all the NFL updates. We could chop that up too. But if not, you know, appreciate y'all for tapping into Let's Talk Sports. Any questions y'all got? Any questions? Talk to me in the comment section. Any questions? Any comments about the interview? Anything y'all got going on? Talk to me. And oh yeah. Anybody that just love boxing, when we not on lives on IG, when we not on lives here we not on lives here or IG, we are definitely, you're not okay. What's up, my guy?
Hey man, I know I caught you right at the tail end, bro. I tried to get on here while Shawn was here, bro. Man, I'm so proud of you, bro. Like this was a big deal, bro. Keep grinding, man. Keep chipping away. You know what I'm saying? Keep putting your hands to the plow, bro. Like it's only gonna get better from here. Great interview, bro. I'm glad you was able to knock it out and get it done, bro. Congratulations, bro. This the first of many, bro. Remember this moment, bro. This was dope, bro. I'm super proud of you, bro.
Appreciate you, homie.
Man, no question. If you up to the sports joints, man, if your schedule permit, man, I tap, man. I'm up working.
Appreciate you.
Bet that, champ.
Appreciate. All right, y'all. Any comments, anything like that? If not, man, appreciate y'all once again. Every Monday, 3 p.m., we live here. Let's Talk Sports, y'all. I might be able to get another interview scheduled by Monday, but I will keep y'all posted. Man, what's up, man? Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much, man. Old Barrington, man. What's up with you, man? Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. You know what I mean? Appreciate the support tonight, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate the support. You know what I mean? It's definitely a grind. You know, like I said, man, we reach out to different fighters. I reach out to different fighters on a regular. You know what I mean? We go back and forth on IG. We go back and forth through emails and stuff like that. It's just trying to work out their schedule and my schedule and everything, man. We beefing. You know what I'm saying? We beefing, man. I sent you the link about 45 minutes ago. But that's what's up, though. That's what's up. Actually, I'm going to put the link in the comment section, man. No, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put the link in the comment section for whoever want to tap in and share a few words while we got a few minutes. You know what I mean? What is going on? Yeah. Yeah. And what's crazy is basement. He came late. You know what I mean? Hey, Barrington, I'm in town next week. Whoa. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You wild boy. But shout out to my man Basement. You can still come through, man. We can hang out for a couple minutes. Shout out to my man Basement Talk. Shout out to my man Smoke With Me TV. And like I said, any of y'all on Clubhouse, you can catch us in the Sir Boxing Room or the get the what? Man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's all good. What inspired you to launch this boxing podcast? Didn't know you was a hood boxer. You knew that, bro. You say you forgot. You knew that, bro. Anybody that knew anything about me, man, from day one knew I was always in the boxing. I've been in boxing. I've been dealing with. I've been following and supporting boxers for 40 years, bro. You know what I mean? I actually started watching boxing at the tail end of Muhammad Ali's career. That's how long I've been watching boxing. You know what I mean? I saw Sugar Ray Leonard whole career. You know what I mean? Some of the guys in the comments, my man Wobbs will tell you, man, look, we used to go to the barbershop and anytime somebody talked about boxing, we threw a tape in the VCR and we looked at the fights right there live in the barbershop. That's where we from. You know what I mean? The original barbershop talk, when you know what I'm saying, that's what we would do. We were always diehard boxing fans. You could not come in there and not know your stuff. You would get annihilated. You know what I mean? Today's boxing fans, they couldn't have these casual boxing fans, they could have never survived the barbershop. Never. They could have never survived the barbershop. They would have got ate alive. You know what I mean? All these casual fans that watch boxing here and there and try to jump out there and act like they know what they're talking about, they would have got tore to pieces in the barbershop. Because cats back in the day watch film. See, I'm gonna tell you, here's a lot. To be honest with you, a lot of people that watch boxing, or if you want to watch boxing, all you gotta do is watch fights. Information will fall right in your lap. Information that people search the net for and fight and kill and twist and turn, it'll drop right in your lap. All you gotta do is watch fights. There ain't no new formula. Watch fights, and when you get a chance, go back and watch film. Look at the telecast. All the information you ever need to know about a fight and everything you need to see about a fight will be right in front of you. You know what I mean? But nowadays, people want to Google this and everybody got it. But what really made me do it was I've always been following boxing and kind of dibbled and dabbled with the media a little bit. But when the pandemic hit and every day we was like, all these people was putting all this content out, man, and I wasn't just not a fan of a lot of it. So I said, man, I'm going to do it myself. You know? Probably should have did it 5 years ago. I probably would be a whole lot further ahead than I am now, but man, I'm enjoying it as it is. You know what I mean? Have met a whole lot of people all over the globe, and got to meet and be in same quarters with some of my favorite fighters of now, and some from yesterday. The DC card was beautiful. The legends was out. All the DC boxing legends was in the building. You know what I mean? Keith Holmes, Mark Two Shop, Sean Bay Mitchell, Andrew Council, Daryl Cody. But I mean, you name it, they was out there. You know what I mean? And then of course the Russell brothers was in the building. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a beautiful event. The press conferences. The weigh-ins and all that. There was so many people pouring in there, so many fighters, so many people from all over was down there, man. It was an absolute love fest. Do not let that little stuff that everybody try to hype up with the Meek Mills thing. Don't let that be what everybody talk about, because that was just a smidget of what happened throughout that whole course of that weekend. And that was only a couple seconds. that shouldn't dampen what was a very, very, very beautiful night and a beautiful week. You know what I mean? You know, you got to see. My God, you do it too, though. You know what I'm saying? You do it too. My man, Basement Boxing Talk, man. Saturdays. You're not connected, maniac. I don't know why you keep coming here with your device not connected. You're not connected. Your device is not connected, my brother. There you go. What's up, my guy? Oh, what was that?
Bro, I was just tapping back in. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I had got disconnected. That's it, bro. I'm just listening.
Okay. Well, we about to is it a room open on Clubhouse?
I can open one. That's too easy.
Yeah, open the room, get it popping, man. I'll be in there, and you know, I'm gonna drink me some water and all that. Then we all gonna go in the room. We gonna talk about it on Clubhouse tonight, baby. After party, y'all, on the Clubhouse app and the Sir. You doing Maniac McGee or Sir Boxing Room?
Either I can do the Maniac McGee one. That's fine. But
So
either way,
tell the people what room we're gonna be in. Go ahead.
I got you, man. Hey, we're gonna be in the Maniac Boxing Coliseum. Tap in on Clubhouse. If you don't have Clubhouse, get Clubhouse. It takes 5 minutes to make. Come through and let's talk sports, y'all.
My guy. Yeah, go ahead and open the room, y'all. We're gonna be on Clubhouse probably the rest of the night.
I gotta hear this, bro. And congratulations and shout out to Showtime for this, man. My dog.
My guy. Come on, talk to me in the comment section. I'm gonna talk to my people. What's up, man? What's up? Oh yeah, DMV boxing the DC DMV one more time. RIP to DMV hip hop legend, Black Indian. I did have the honor of blazing the trails back in the day with this brother. He was one of the most influential groups ever. The infamous Loop. So RIP to them, you know, his family, his loved ones, all those supporters of the hip hop movement in the DMV. Y'all definitely have my prayers. And definitely he will be missed. You know what I mean? Shout out to Boxing the DC. By far. I don't care what nobody says. By far, Boxing the DC is the best boxing group on all of social media. By far. Even though y'all get on my nerves sometimes, but by far, they are the best. No question. Any other questions or comments? It feels good. All right, my guys, comment section. It is totally appreciated. Please, once again, everybody that watch the show, please like, subscribe to the channel. Nothing else. If you don't do nothing, you ain't got to like it. Just subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, to the YouTube channel. Let's Talk Sports, y'all. Subscribe. Tell a friend. Subscribe. If you like the content, you please share. You know what I mean? This can be such a movement. You know what I mean? You know, the goal is multiple things. One, the goal is to build a platform big enough that when the up and coming fighters from this area come through, I'm able to really help them. You know what I mean? I'm able to really put them in a space, you know, where they can grow. Like, you know, so, you know, as the fighters come up, they come out, you know what I'm saying? They'll have something, you know, here where we can have a platform here where we can blow, where we can, you know, really put our, you know, talent out there. You know what I mean? That's what it's really about. You know what I mean? So thank y'all again for tapping the Let's Talk Sports, y'all, every Monday, 3 p.m. We do boxing talks, and we're gonna do it live tomorrow. We're gonna do it tomorrow. We're gonna do all the NFL, the NBA action, break down the upcoming playoffs. You know, I do our predictions and picks and all of that. We'll do all that tomorrow, man. Once again, thank you, peace, and as always, God bless.